Okay, I've learned a lot over the past several months by speaking with many experts in the field, including police officers, district attorneys, cyber sleuths, and those who work watching hackers, etc. Okay, there's many other people I spoke with, researched with, what have you. Going to places, regardless that it is a public place, such as a blog, daily, actually several times a day, a place you publicly state is boring, you publicly state you do not like, you publicly state you do not like the author of, you publicly state you disagree with the thoughts and ideas listed, and you have no vested interest in, is indeed stalking per the authorities. You have no reason to be going there other than to stalk and harass. The people who are stalking me have set up a personal harassment board. It's dedicated to the daily harassment of me and mine. I had nothing to do with these people, was busy working on a blog to try to help save the life of a loved one. I had no idea where they were moving their board to, and I didn't care. What they did, the very first item on their board, or one of the very first, was a thread with my name on it, solely put there to harass me. Then they sent me a link to their board, which I never clicked on. I found their board because they took my blog, brought it to their board, and when I clicked on my stats, okay, a link to their board was there. I had no idea what it was. When I clicked it, lo and behold, there was their board dedicated to me, filled with lies, rumors, slander, twists, and turns. I have not been back to their board, and I have no intention of going back since I made my very first video, or posted anyway. It does not interest me, and it never did. If they want to tell me something, they're going to have to say it to my face, as I've asked them to do several times, and my request has always been turned down. I offered to meet them in person. I offered to speak to them via Skype, face-to-face. I offered to speak to them on the phone. They will tell you that they took me up on the offer. Somebody will say they called me. In reality, it was a prank phone call. So they blocked their number and made a prank phone call, or several prank phone calls, and that's their idea of making a phone call. Not exactly the adult way to make a phone call and have a discussion. Someone claims they offered to meet me. It was not, again, a legitimate offer. No name, no phone number, no information whatsoever. I was supposed to travel, go to a hotel, walk up to a front desk, and ask for a screen name. That is not a legitimate adult offer to meet me. Okay, I was asked by the authorities why I thought these people were doing this, and I said, to be honest with you, I really have no idea. There's no reason for it, which they agreed it is stalking and harassment. There is no reason. Their excuses are, I deserve it. Nobody deserves this. A murderer doesn't deserve this. Their excuse for going to my blog is it's entertainment. My blog was not put out there to entertain. That's for sure, and certainly not for their benefit. The reason it's entertainment to them is because they make their own entertainment by what they themselves choose to do after reading my blog. They entertain themselves by making up silly scenarios, starting rumors, typing lies. That's what entertains them. It's like a B-movie. Well, I think you should find your own entertainment and up your standards. Go for A-class entertainment. If you consider it B-class entertainment, then there's really no reason you should be going there at all, unless you have low standards. It invokes discussion. Well, that certainly could be a fact, but it's not in their case because they do not have their facts straight So what they are discussing is only what they have twisted and made up in their own mind, and the wrong information that they have found through Google and what have you, and interpreted incorrectly. So it does not lead to an actual adult discussion. Okay, besides the fact it's a sad day when somebody needs to go to a blog to find topics of discussion and they cannot find their own.
We were having the Chalitza ceremony. Something happened.
Basically, a lot of what has been done is considered illegal. I chose not to file a police report at this point. Police reports are public, and that is how these people get people's addresses, believe it or not, crazy as that sounds. It is not enough to warrant a police report, in my opinion, right now. It is still illegal. Okay, it's equivalent, as one of the police officers explained to me, stealing candy from a candy store is still illegal. Does it warrant, putting a task force on it? No. Doesn't make it any less illegal, any less criminal. Okay, it is still the wrong thing to do, but, doesn't mean that they're going to take their time to go searching down, some teens who stole a couple of pieces of candy from a candy store. Okay, so good analogy. Yes, it is harassment. Absolutely.
Yes, French Santa to go. With you?
Okay, stalking, monitoring, and tracking. These people have looked up Facebook pages for myself and my friends and family, Twitter, LinkedIn. They've looked up info on my family, where I live, my neighborhood, businesses. They're worried about where my husband works, where my daughter lives. They've taken pictures of people off of Facebook and claimed it was my nephew and godson, who was very sick with a rare and aggressive form of cancer. Claimed that the person in the pictures was smoking crack, which is untrue. Claimed it was my nephew and godson. Took the picture, posted it publicly, and called my nephew a cancer patient, a crackhead. Did not believe me when I said it was not him, and that nobody was smoking crack, which they were not. Nobody was smoking crack. Nobody was doing drugs. Okay, they had some liquor, but they were all of age, and they were having a party. I explained my nephew and godson was on chemo. It was an experimental chemo, because that's all there is for this type of illness. That whole summer, he was sick in bed that entire summer. He went nowhere. He did nothing. He certainly did not travel 3 hours away to a party upstate New York and smoke crack, of all things. Okay, these people took conversations, private conversations, by hacking into Facebook and posted them on their public board. Conversations between myself and my daughter. They were then worried about her vacation and how it was paid for. And somebody commented that my daughter should not have taken this vacation, okay, because she needs to learn how to write. And her judgment was on the stolen messages, private messages between myself and her while she was on vacation. She was not writing a paper, which she gets all A's on. She was not writing a book. She was on a beach somewhere, typing quickly on a cell phone. This woman has a daughter about my daughter's age. I'm sure if somebody were to look at her text messages and her Facebook posts, they are not written as if they were, as if she were writing a paper or a novel. Okay, nobody writes like that on Facebook or on a text message. I myself do not write like that. So how ridiculous to go judging, okay? And why are you judging? Why is anyone concerned about where my child lives and posting that they are stalking my child, obviously, because they're stating, which they are wrong about, but they stated where my child lives and then stated something to the effect that that is not an assumption, which leads the authorities to believe that this person is indeed stalking my child. They've taken pictures of my ex by stalking his Facebook and posted it publicly. Innocent people who have had nothing to do with anything, and these people have harassed and stalked. And if they didn't do it personally, they've joined in and condoned the behavior by joining in and becoming a part of it, rather than reporting it or publicly stating it was wrong, although they have publicly stated their feelings when somebody in Connecticut looked up public information on somebody they liked. Then they called it harassment and stalking. They had a different story then. They were concerned about our fundraisers. They spread rumors stating that our fundraisers were a farce. They were worried about how much the family had donated. They have no clue how much we donated. They were worried about a cruise I mentioned, which they know nothing about, and then had the nerve to call us beggars because I mentioned a cruise and the money that was going to be spent, which they think was going to be spent taking a cruise, should have been donated to the cause. Again, they have no idea what they're talking about, and they have no idea how much all of us have donated or what we did. They also know nothing about this cruise except for what they imagine. I was also told I was supposed to monitor, apparently, messages that strangers put onto newspaper sites and correct them because somebody had the nerve to type in and they thought that Ronald was uninsured. I didn't even see that. Okay, but regardless of the fact, the newspaper listed my blog and my name, and anybody was free to click right from that article where the comments were, go to my blog and see the truth. Everything on my blog was correct and truthful. So I had no need to go and correct other people's mistakes because they happened to write in and they were either making a mistake, misinformed, read wrong, or just thought it up. Whatever their reason was. Harassment. Calling and leaving voicemails or hanging up or saying something nasty is harassment. Blocking your number, calling me, calling my family, calling my businesses is harassment. Sending magazine subscriptions to my businesses and to the businesses of my family is harassment. These people actually called the Avon lady who was helping with Ron's fundraisers, okay? This is how sad and sick these people are, okay? This is the Avon person. My cousin, Ron Vance, didn't even personally know this person. Somebody she worked with knew this person and heard about Ron's plight and was being kind. And these people, these stalkers, somehow went to my blog, found this, okay, and somehow found this poor woman's telephone number, and they called her while she was on vacation and said nasty things about me, a person she has no idea who I am, never met. How insane is that? I did not find out about that for months and months later. But how insane is that?
Yeah, she's found.
Emailing me links to their board is
Yeah.
harassment.
I'll be there in 30 minutes. Sorry.
They put pornography on a cancer patient's website, and they thought this was funny. A cousin of mine, another cousin, was going to send it out at that point to her whole office staff, which was a lot of people, okay? She works for a very large institution. You're talking hundreds of people. And happened to notice there was pornography on the site. Called me up. I had to stop what I was doing and correct that. That is harassment. They have hacked into my website, and I have my comments blocked, and hacked in and said to people, okay, you can leave comments now. They hacked in and made posts. They sent a message to my godson, who was fighting for his life, telling him that his aunt, meaning me, was spreading lies about him online and rumors about him online, and that if he had what I said he had, he would be dead by now. That has to be the most repulsive and just disgusting thing I've ever heard of in my life. I did not find out about that until the summer after he died. My stomach turned when I heard that. How insane does someone have to be? My cousin, who was trying to save her child's life, had to read that? And this is what you're proud of. My cousin had to take the time to call me up and say, Doreen, who are these people? I said, I don't know. I've never met them. They refused to meet me. Why are they doing this? I do not know why they are harassing your son. I cannot explain it. Her take on it was, well, I read the link to the board that they sent me, and the only thing I saw was you defending him and correcting, and them spreading lies. Thank you. They called the places we held fundraisers and asked questions. They joined Facebook pages of people who were helping us with the fundraisers. A magician. They pretended that the magician, thinking they were going to scare me. This is what your goal is when somebody's fighting to save a loved one's life. Your goal is to scare them into thinking that it wasn't a real phone call and that it was them. That they didn't succeed at that, because I had spoken to the person live. I knew it was not them. I knew it was a real magician. Okay, they made up fake Facebook pages. They took pictures off of my blog, and they made photoshopped them and made ridiculous pictures with them. They made fun of my weight and constantly, and my husband's weight. You know, this is all harassment. They took pictures and put them, Photoshop them into hot dog buns. These are grown people. These are people in their 40s and 50s. You're kidding me, right? That, again, is stalking. It's also stealing pictures. They made up ridiculous videos. Cartoons, which they found so entertaining, full of lies and twists and turns. And this is how they entertain themselves. Again, grown adults. Crazy. But that is stalking, that is harassment. Their excuses were, I deserved it. It's a public place. There's many places that are public. Here's Buffalo Wild Wings. This is one of our most successful fundraisers. Buffalo Wild Wings is a public place. That doesn't mean you get to come in with no vested interest and act like an idiot. Okay, simply because it's a public place. You don't get to come in and tell people their lies about other guests. You don't get in to come in and make false accusations. It just doesn't work that way. Simply being public doesn't give you the right to stalk and harass. It just, you know. These people were wrong about a lot of things and then wanted to make fun of me. I was told ridiculous things like they don't serve, there are no Brussels sprouts listed on Italian restaurant menus. You're kidding me, right? I mentioned one time about police stopping at the firehouse. Around here, that's what they do. Okay, the police, that's where, depending on where they're stationed, the police work very closely with the firehouses, and they stop at the firehouses. Their firehouse is their place where they switch shifts, where they use the bathroom, where they eat their meals. Okay, so yes, that is how it works. I wasn't interested in how it worked by them, but that's how it works here. I was told I was wrong. Again, they were wrong. I would type on my blog to give people information. They would read it, a cancer patient's blog, and tell me I was wrong publicly. That's not how it works. Yes, it is how it works. Maybe it wasn't how it worked for you, but that is exactly how it works for us. Ron's doctor, when he would go for his scans, now this was the head doctor, okay, but there were many doctors working with him. He would go for his scans and his CAT scans, and he would wait and get his results that day. That is how it works. My facts are correct. He would sit there and the doctor would give him the results right then and there. We did not have to go home. He got his results right then and there, and the one to deliver the results was the head of all the teams, known as the doctor or his doctor. I was told that he couldn't possibly have been given a hospital bed, and they made fun of the fact that this person was so ill he needed a hospital bed. When I wrote that he was on hospice, they had to analyze that, and again, they were wrong. Absolutely 100% wrong. I know how hospice works. I know what he was on. They did not. Breast surgeon. Again, wrong information there. I'll save the best for last. Wineries. I was talking about something about wineries. Again, I was told that they're not open year-round. That is incorrect. Many of the wineries are open year-round on Long Island. I know people who actually work for them. I was told that I was wrong, and McDonald's does not hire people at age 14. Again, they are wrong. They most certainly do, or at least did. I don't know. I can't vouch that they still do, although I assume they do, certain ones. But both my children work there at age 14. I mentioned a recital, and I was told that it couldn't possibly be so. Again, they were wrong. It is so. Okay, the recital is about 3 hours long, and they do have a ton of numbers. So yes, it is definitely so. Again, they were wrong. I mentioned a car accident. I was told it was impossible. Again, they were wrong. Okay, and these are the things they make fun of. My husband's height. He is 6 foot. They saw a picture and decided that he was 5'7". Again, they are wrong. They gave out false information on insurance. Okay, somebody said if you get a bill, your policy is in effect. That is incorrect information. Someone else said, oh, look, you can do it yourself and you will save money. Again, incorrect information. If they do not like the nudist lifestyle or choose not to go to a nudist beach, that is absolutely fine. That is their prerogative. But I can guarantee you that nobody on a nudist beach on Long Island will ever have their picture taken with a long lens camera from a boat off the shore. I will guarantee you that. I was told that I don't know what driving impaired is. I certainly do know what driving drunk and driving impaired is. I also know how liquor works in the body, and I also know that I completely understand how it works. And you know, I've never been drunk, and I've never driven drunk or driven impaired. And I am positive that if you drink 1 glass of wine and then have a meal and spend 4 hours and get behind the wheel 4 hours later, it is as if you had never drank before. So again, that's just a twist on their part. Yes, I do know that jarring is actually done in glass. I used to help my grandmother every year when I was a small child up until I was a little bit older can tomatoes. Okay, I know what a CO is. Okay, a certificate of occupancy. I cannot believe that these people think I made it through life and this many years and I don't know what these things are. I mean, come on. Come on. Stories that they have twisted. When I injured my arm at work, somebody stated that I was too fat to work, and that's why I was having difficulty doing my job. I was not having any difficulty doing my job. I simply hurt my arm. Apparently, walking around your house or doing things routinely around your house is prancing. Okay, so according to them, people prance around my home. Children going to the mall with friends is gallivanting. They harp on this sunburn thing. It's ridiculous. It was a sunburn. It was a minor sunburn. I'm well aware that sunburns can be very serious, okay, but a cold is not pneumonia, okay? A minor sunburn is not a serious sunburn. If somebody was in need of medical care, they would have received it. It was a sunburn. People get them every single day. Again, twisted, blown out of proportion. I was told that my children had no boundaries and they were running wild. Completely inaccurate. My children were more structured probably than anybody would imagine. And they certainly were not running wild because they were not running the streets. They were busy either in school, with activities, or working. Okay, so they had no time to run wild. I do not use the ER as a doctor's office. That is just another rumor or a twisted story. And they twisted a story where I said that I would never see children again if there were a breakup or a death. Incorrect. What I said And what I know to be true is that most often families drift after a breakup or a death, which is true. A lot of people I know, most people I know, do not stay in touch with the family and children of exes or deceased spouses or for the majority. People move on in life. And that's all I was saying. That's all I was saying. Again, that was twisted into something it was not. These people have impersonated me by trying to open up credit cards and other types of accounts in my name. They've spread rumors stating I was fired, I was on welfare, that I live in low-income housing, that I dumped my children, that I was stealing from fundraisers and cheating workers' comp. When I was working in the city, I was working, keyword working. Apparently, the rumor is I was gallivanting in the city and parading around the city. They stalked my personal ads online and brought that back to their board, and then spread rumors about that. They spread rumors about a benefit stating that I had something to do with it, which I did not. That I was serving alcohol at it. Nobody was serving alcohol. People brought their own. And that it was a mad benefit. It was not a mad benefit. And then they called mad about it. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. They've damaged equipment by hacking into my computer. They've gathered info on me to harass by saving, and they've saved posts and videos. According to the authorities, that's gathering information. And harassment. Searching public information, regardless of the fact that it's public, all put together, it constitutes harassment. They've had a desire to control. And that is, they make statements like they made me or someone else do something. They made me shut down my blog. They made me type a certain response, what have you. Or they'll claim PayPal points. PayPal points is gambling. That's what it is. It's money. And when they say PayPal points, they're actually talking about money. Okay, I wanted to bring light to this crazy situation. I've never done anything like this to anyone for any reason. There is no reason out there that constitutes this type of behavior. And so what is stalking? Stalkers' common behaviors include following, monitoring, surveillance of victim and/or victim's family, friends, and co-workers. Well, as you can all see, that was done. Forgery or criminal impersonation. Again, tried to open up credit cards and other things in my name. Okay, New York State law. Current New York State law, established in 1999, focuses on the state of the mind of the stalking victim and the reasonable fear that the stalker's behavior is likely to cause the victim. Stalker need not intend fear. Rather, a reasonable person should expect this behavior to make someone fearful. Commenting that you know where my child lives, and it is not an assumption, any reasonable person would find that to be something that is alarming. You are being stalked when a person repeatedly watches, follows, or harasses you. Be it a boyfriend, girlfriend, or a stranger. Sending you unwanted text messages, letters, emails, and voicemails. Constantly call you and hang up, or my family members, or calling a business of mine. Using social networking sites and technology to track you. Going to my blog daily is tracking. Spreading rumors about you via the internet or word of mouth. making unwanted phone calls to you, calling your employer or professor. All of that has been done.
Look, if she asks, go with a cold.
Cyberstalking is the use of the internet. It may include making false accusations or statements of fact, saying I live in low income, I stole from a fundraiser, I abuse my children, and on, falls under that category. Monitoring, coming to my blog several times a day, is monitoring. Gathering information, saving posts, going to sites, all of that, saving videos. A cyberstalker may be anonymous and may solicit involvement of other people online who do not even know the target. Cyberstalking is a criminal offense that comes into play under state anti-stalking laws, slander laws, and harassment. So,
Leia, the bed is wider than Rhode Island.
I could hire, I was told, a private investigator. I choose not to spend that kind of money at this point.
I'm in Massachusetts.
It is being monitored.
I'm sorry.
It is documented.
This is all related.
Not an actual police report, but it is documented.
You do remember Mexican, though.
It is considered harassment and stalking. Okay, I was told that they are not hiding like they think they are. Even the people who are in the computer field who think that they can hide, I was told anyone can be found. Okay, no matter how good they are at computers. Also, blocking your phone number does not constitute you not being found. Okay, at this point, like I said, the candy store analogy, they're not going to do it. But if things get worse or more threatening, they will. Okay, if they want somebody, they will get them. The authorities can come knocking on your doorstep. Believe it, don't believe it, that's fine. Okay, I did my research. I spoke to the professionals. Okay, I was given accurate information.
Was he worried that she'd try something?
Take it or leave it. All I can say is it's certainly nothing that I deserved or the innocent people they involved deserve. It's not fun and games. And I think you can figure out better ways of entertaining yourselves than harassing and stalking a family and innocent people. These are the people that call me ghetto. These are the people who claim to be such higher class. These are the people who claim to be so much more educated. Okay, and what do we get out of them? We get pictures in hot dog buns, and we get claims at 5 o'clock on Christmas night that we are not upper middle class people because we eat spaghetti on paper plates. Okay, upper middle class is an economic status. She's a little confused. So, that's what we're dealing with here. So, these people, their excuse is it's a public blog, as I said, which means nothing. I put it out there. Also means nothing. All over the internet, people put information out there. Does not mean that what they're doing is not stalking and harassment. They put a lot of information out there themselves. a ton of information. I don't think they deserve to be stalked any more than anyone else does. I wish somebody was obsessed with me and would stalk me. How insane is that? Do I also wish that I would be mugged, carjacked, and raped? Who wishes to have something illegal and not pleasant happen to them? Why would anybody say something so ridiculous? I want the attention. Again, absolutely absurd. I've never considered this attention. I get plenty of attention from my friends, my family, my loved ones, people who know me. This is not attention, this is harassment. Okay, there's a difference. What they're doing is illegal. What they're doing is stalking. What they're doing is harassment. And they're doing it in hiding for a good reason, because they don't want to be found out, or think they can't be found, which is incorrect. And they won't sign their name or show their face because, again, they don't want to be found or caught. And they don't want anybody who knows them to see the ridiculous antics that they're up to online. They won't meet me for the same reasons. They will not look me in the eye and give their opinion, which really isn't an opinion. What it is just harassment. That's what it is. And that has been proven, because as long as they feel something came from me, they will immediately bash it, right down to my hair, which is absolutely ridiculous. There's absolutely nothing wrong with my hair. There's nothing, I don't know what they're imagining they see, but there's nothing wrong with my hair. In fact, as I've said before, my hair is absolutely, I still to this day, when I got my hair cut not long ago, I stopped somewhere, I didn't take the time to go to my sister, and first thing out of the woman's mouth was, "Wow, you have one head of hair. Gorgeous head of hair." I said, "Oh, thank you. I've been told that my whole life." So again, everything these people say is just completely moot. It's pointless. It's opposite of what they say is what is the truth. If they say it, think the opposite, that's the truth. But they even had the nerve to pick on the flowers my husband gave me and the little bear my husband gave me. Everything. I mean, just everything. They act like complete idiots for the satisfaction in their mind that this somehow upsets me. I mean, it leaves me speechless that people would do something like this. And the fact that they would stalk a cancer patient and his family and do the things they did and not condemn the things that others have done, but yet instead take part in it, knowing that they've stolen pictures off of Facebook pages, knowing that they've stolen conversations off of Facebook pages, makes them just as guilty. So, laws need to be changed so that this won't be considered stealing gum or candy from the candy store, but instead something more serious. And it is changing. It is changing. When enough people speak out against it, and enough people have become victims of it, and it's sad that the internet is being used for such a sinister reason. But so many people have blogs out there. And a lot of the information that they have, I did not give out. They found by stalking me. Okay, they stalked my Facebook page, found I was in a relationship with my husband, my then boyfriend. I never gave out his name. I never gave out any of that information at the time. They did. Just because somebody puts pictures on a blog, their personal blog, doesn't mean that taking those pictures and posting them elsewhere and spreading lies and rumors and making nasty comments is not considered stalking and harassment. The bottom line is, no matter what the situation, there's always going to be sinister people out there. And it's because of the evil that we have to make laws in the first place and change laws in the first place. People are very good at making excuses for their bad behavior. And these people have done a wonderful job of making up every excuse under the sun to harass and stalk. And there is no reason that constitutes this behavior. None. So, basically, they're just choosing to be sinister and evil.
Not take Tobias. Get emergency medical help right away if your face slips.
Bottom line is, these people may not like what I had to say, may not like my lifestyle choices, may not believe what I have talked about, and that's fine. However, they are not the truth police. Okay? Stalking and harassing and using the excuse that they are searching for the truth, which they were always wrong anyway, is still stalking and harassing, okay? Anyone can get online if they choose to, and I have not lied, but if they choose to, you can get online and claim to be the Queen of England, the King of Siam. That does not give anyone the right to stalk and or harass you, and then go spreading lies about you simply because they decided they do not believe what you said. If you don't believe somebody, that's fine. Go away and never come back. Don't interact with them.
This is your moment. The delightful discovery. The sweet realization that you have a moment all to
That's how it works. That's the adult thing to do. That's the sensible thing to do.
Splenda makes the moment.
Stalking shouldn't be an option. Harassing shouldn't be an option. Okay? Calling me a liar is spreading rumors. Okay? All their stalking, all their harassing, and they still, unfortunately, do not have their facts straight. If they only knew how wrong they truly are. Okay, and I don't care what sites they go to try and look up information. It doesn't matter. They're still incorrect. In fact, half the time they don't even know what it is they're looking at or what they should be looking up or why. There's information that they don't even have, so they don't know what to look for or what they're looking at. Okay, paying for information on somebody is stalking.
Look, babe, I'm doing better.
And just because it's a public site, again, when you start gathering information on someone, that constitutes stalking. And this is not just my opinion. This is per the authorities I spoke with, and I spoke to plenty of them.